Hi, everyone. It is me, Krylios, Team Rayceen Productions MC and producer. And with me today is the fabulous goddess of DC, queen of the shameless plug, the one and only Rayceen Pendarvis. Hello, Rayceen.
Greetings and salutations. We are sitting in the presence of music royalty. This award-winning, Tony Award-winning actress, singer, songwriter, multi-award-winning, three-time Grammy-nominated diva icon. I call her a living legend and the eighth wonder of the world. The one, the only Miss Melba Moore.
Wow, thank you so much for that welcome and that introduction. Thank you. I'm so happy to be with you guys.
Oh, I enjoy it. I am so looking
forward
to this wonderful sit-down conversation, just having a little fun talking about your new music. You have new music on, and of course, you know, we always enjoy your music, but it's always good to have new music, something to promote, something to, we can twirl again too, and just, I mean, oh God, I'm just loving your all your new music. I'm just loving it. So everything I hear that comes out, I am right there with it. How does it feel to have new music out and working with are you working with different producers at this time? Tell us about the album.
Well, the album came about in a brand new way, as many things have during this pandemic time. Nothing's the same. I don't care if it is the same. Everything has just been changed just a little bit. It's a family project, as it has been in many times, but this time I'm passing the baton forward to my daughter. She's this chief executive officer of the whole project. She brought it to me song by song quite some time before the pandemic, and we knew that we were going to go through all this. We were just kind of making it along, trying to see what's coming from day to day. I am part of the new world of independent music. You have so many different kinds of, first of all, you have so many different kinds of just dance music. And for me, that's been my life stay. I keep having new opportunities with dance music. And I guess Black people like to dance because we keep creating something. We keep creating something new. You know, back to my parents' time when they were doing the jitterbug, and I don't know what they were doing back then until the time that I came into the industry. With my first dance record, This Is It, which was by Van McCoy, which Black people and Washingtonians will know as the gentleman who ushered in that era of music with the hustle and what we then called disco.
Yes.
Well, my daughter's uncle and her dad, since early 80s, had been providing me with songwriters, producers, record labels. They have been my recording career. They went and got me Van McCoy.
Wow. Let me tell you something.
Wait a minute, and Gene McDaniels and John Whitehead and all of that.
Wow.
Yeah, but go ahead.
I used to play that 45 till it turned white. That's how much I used to play that for. Honey, it would skip. I would put my little penny on it and play it and play it over and over again. Then when I got the album, I wore it out. I actually put the album on my wall.
Well, it's really is art now. It's history now. And you know, for people like Van McCoy and the Washington area, all the different areas of America that have helped create American music have created the world's music. And of course, our living history. But you know, before we came along, you know, if it was Duke Ellington or whoever it was, this is part of the legacy that we're talking about. When I say I'm passing the baton down, well, she brought me some songs, okay? You know how kids are. Oh, yeah, Mom, you need something new. Right, it seems so simple and so unimportant. So I said, well, okay, baby, you know. My ex-husband and I, of course, brought her into the industry as a baby. So she's grown up in it and she's our baby. And, you know, even though the family is not constructed the way it was before, we don't have the same confidence and everything, you don't throw away your family.
Right.
Exactly. And I love how you say that and bring that up. And even talking about passing the baton, because, you know, you grew up in Harlem. in, a wonderful time, when music and art were flourishing. Black music, Black art was flourishing. Your parents were a part of that. Your dad was in the industry. So like that has passed down to you.
Yes.
And now you're passing it on as well.
Yes.
And it's just wonderful to see that kind of legacy continue on, that type of, that music and culture and history passing on and, being able to continue through the generations.
Well, what I'm seeing and trying to get some kind of continuity and everything in here, I don't care how we feel about it. God made us all family. Mm-hmm. And so there is a connection. And when my daughter brought me the songs, I said, oh yeah, that's really nice. Go somewhere, Not really, but I wasn't paying attention that way because I've not worked with her. I didn't see her value that way. Of course, I love her. That's more important than anything. But that's what we share as human beings, as far as I'm concerned. Mm-hmm. So if you get that part, you might get a chance to get the rest of it.
And I think you got it right. I think your daughter is a shining example of the apples don't fall far from the tree.
Yeah. So she brought me some songs one by one over a period of 2 or 3 years. And I said, well, I really like them very nicely, but I don't know even if I can sing them. They're being done by there were demos done by other incredible singers, of course, at least much younger than I am. So they're showing me what things sound like now, and I can see the relevance and everything, but I don't know if they're good for me. And she's not an A&R person as far as I knew. So then over some time, she told me, Uncle Bo keeps bringing me these songs. Her Uncle Bo and her dad are the ones that created my record career. So I said, well, gee, I'll listen to that kind of in a different way. Wow. And so I says, well, what does he think? He says, well, he will pay for it, but he wants you to go in the studio and see if these songs might work for you.
I love it. I think it's wonderful.
It's been an experiment. And to make a long story a little bit shorter, after we put together about 20 or 30 songs, so we're just putting songs together because I don't have to worry about no budget. No record company is telling me what to do. They're asking me what I think, how I feel about things. It's just collaborative family.
Yes.
See what we want to do project. So after a time, we have all these songs. And so my daughter says, Mom, we got a bunch of songs together. What do you think we want to do? I said, I don't know. No. I said, I'll tell you what, tell Uncle Bo to put some kind of a sequence together. And, let's kind of narrow things down and take some of them out. We don't want like 40 songs in an album. So they narrowed them down to about 10 songs. They put them in a sequence, give me a rough mix so I can kind of hear, what people are going to hear, not just the rough, how professionals, they hear everything finished, even though it's not some, no, I don't want to hear it like that. Oh, I want to hear it like people are going to hear it because I'm going to try to listen to it like they're going to hear it. When I heard it, I said, well, first of all, who is that singing? No. I thought it was beautiful. It sounded like a breath of fresh air. It sounded like my spirit, not like a performance. It sounded like there was so much, maybe what was there was a culmination of my life. And from a more balanced way, because it's from somebody else's perspective, not yours. And not a record company.
How about that?
It's more than commercial.
And that speaks volume. I mean, here you are, a woman of a certain age and living your best life. I mean, you've been overseas, you just got back. I just saw all those clips of everybody was sending these fabulous clips of you performing overseas. And to add to that, how wonderful with all your accolades, all your praise, all your honorees, to be getting ready to be inducted into the Hollywood Walk of Fame and to the class of 2023. How does that feel for you?
I'm numb. I mean, it's extraordinary. I don't know how to express it. I'm not quite sure how I feel. I'm going to have to make sure I do know how I feel. I'm going to write something down so I can kind of understand what has happened to me. Wow. And make sure that I pay attention to the people that made this happen.
Yeah.
Because I haven't really been around it. I've been living my life, you know.
Right. Working. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
you are what, you know, a Renaissance woman. You have your hands in
Yeah.
everything, and you've always worked. And as a woman who's always worked and honed her career, and now cover girl. I love this picture of you in this fabulous coat on. And when I saw that picture, I said,
Oh,
"Oh my goodness, son.
let me
Ooh,
say thank you
ah."
to my my couture designer, David Joseph.
Shout out David Joseph.
Oh my goodness.
Is that a challenge or what?
Oh my goodness, that is everything. You look, that picture is like, whoo, queen of Wakanda.
Yes, yes, and he's so beautifully gifted that way, and he always makes sure for every occasion I have something that makes me look like a queen.
And it shows, and you deserve it. I mean, I'm so proud of you. Just being in your presence is such a great gift. Just to sit, to see you, and so many people are giving so much love. DJs, people from California, Valerie, JJ, so many people are sending love. Howard, oh my
Thank
good
you.
Megan, everybody's
Thank you.
sending you love. And how does that feel? You know, knowing.
Well, I can tell you how that feels. I feels like I'm going to have to sit down and write down and think about, you know, what happened with the Walk of Fame, so that when I say it, the people that I speak to really understand how much I appreciate this. It's not just about how I feel; it's how they feel in making this happen. So, but now I can tell you how I feel. I feel, let me see if I can put it into words for 5,000th time. Feeling like I'm living my best life again today, every day, all day, every day. Whatever it is I am, I'm breathing whatever it is God had in store for me. He know what he doing. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Then he lets me express it to you all, you know, and you do this with me and for me, and we do this to each other. That's how I feel. It's a community.
Yes.
You know, and I really, it's hard work. So like, if you don't care about it, you can't really do it. But don't I look good?
Yes, you do,
honey. You look fabulous.
I care what you look like or what you look at.
And you know, the people of DC, the people of the District of Columbia, have such a love for you, Melba Moore. Just an eternal love.
Always.
And here you are returning this weekend, Blues Alley. Talk to me about what DC means to you and this upcoming Blues Alley performances.
Well, in a sense, it's coming back home. Y'all got them great big old crabs first. It's a seaport. I think that has something to do with the vibe. Of course, it's where the presidential palace is, you know, where the country is run. So it's a power place. But as far as culture and Black history is concerned, is extremely important. Is where our education and our music culture has developed, our politics has developed, and where we still hold up a higher standard. That's where I think in Washington. I can't wait, for instance, to come back to Kennedy Center. I did Timbuktu there with Jeffrey Holder and Eartha Kitt.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, I'd love to see you back at the Kennedy Center. Oh, Timbuktu is everything. I think I actually still have my playbill from Timbuktu. Oh my goodness.
It means so much more, but I can't say everything that Washington means, but it's the capital of the world.
And we love you. And I think, you know, how is it performing when you, I mean, here you are on these wonderful worldwide stage, but what is it like, that intimate feeling at Blues Alley? Because we're so close up, honey, we can see your shoelaces, we can shoot everything, honey.
I know. I think this year, because it's so tight, I'm gonna have to wear sandals. Ain't gonna be no space for shoelaces. Well, it's intimate, but all the greats have played there.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, they have.
I mean, I'm sure I saw Nancy Wilson there. I mean, ridiculous. Phyllis Hyman, I can't think of all the people that have played
Sarah
there.
Vaughan, so many others.
Yes.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
just think about what's so funny is I just saw Frida Payne there just a few weeks ago.
Excuse me, Frida Payne. Great artist. Especially, I mean, she does anything she feels like doing. She's a great dancer. She's a great actor. But she's a great jazz artist.
And she talks so well about you in her book. I just finished her book, and she mentioned, and I had to go back and look at some of the films that she mentioned that you were in. And I just watched the film with you, Clifton Davis, about being in South Africa, and you were young and you were in love with, and that film just brought back a plethora of memories. And, you know, and every time I watch Fighting Temptations, I just wait for you, and I just wait for your little expressions and your little hat and your little head movements and your little nuances in that character. And I just fall out.
I love that movie. First of all the talent in the world is in it.
Oh my goodness, isn't it?
And I just kind of gag at the opening scene when Ann Nesby and Shirley Caesar sing that duet. If I was Ann, I'd get up out that casket.
Yeah.
But the talent is so unbelievable. But I really do think that they still respected the church. That's important to me. You don't make a joke any old kind of way. And I went through, you know, some tremendously strong experiences spiritually. And so I'm born again. There was a long time, really. It took me another way. I had to come leave the world and see what was God saying, because he got to be first, middle, and last.
Okay. And when I think about you and I think about your career, and when I saw that you were getting the Hollywood Walk of Fame, I just said, where the blessings go up, you know, where the blessings come down, and you deserve it. I mean, you have touched so many lives, and your music has been just instrumental through so many people's lives. It has definitely carried me for many times. I mean, you know, I think about songs that I put on. Of course, you know, you can't think of not Lean on Me and You Stepped in My Life and Pick Me Up, I'll Dance. Even on the dance floor, it has lifted me up. But in my lowest times, I put on some of your songs, Every Day is a Winding Road, and it just kind of ministered to me. And it just kind of took me into another realm where I listened, and if I was feeling bad or going through something, I was like, child, I'm gonna get through this. I'm on the other side of the rainbow. Wow. You know,
I'm the blessed one. Yeah, and that's what the music is supposed to do for you, because it's very, very powerful. And if it's negative, it will bring you down too. It will do that. So I'm very grateful that, you know, God caught me in time. And I was just going to say that I hadn't been to the movies, so I wasn't aware of Cuba Gooding Jr.'s work as an actor. And of course, he was the male lead in Fighting Temptations. And so when we had the choir rehearsal scenes, I didn't know he was such an athlete like that. I almost choked to death when he stood flat-footed and did a back flip.
It was amazing.
He just stood there and did it. I said, anyway, that was my little story about Fighting Temptations.
Oh, and we thank you. I mean, we just thank you for your legacy. We thank you for your love. We thank you for your energy, your blessings, and so much. Every honor that God has bestowed upon you, you've been a humble servant. And you have touched lives. And I've watched how you greet people, and your kindness and your generosity. And you know, it's so easy to be in it, but don't see how the world sees you as an icon, music royalty, a living legend. But when you take the time for others, and I watch how you always make somebody feel like if that 2 minutes is the 2 minutes that you give them, that may be the 2 minutes of the last days of their life, and you make them feel so special in that moment. And that is such a gift. But I know that that's the light in you and the God in you. And it comes forth in every time, in every experience I've been, in every room I've seen you. And just keep being a vehicle. And
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you on Sunday, honey. I can't wait.
Me too. I can't wait either. I can't wait. I got all my little songs all lined up and ready. I haven't been eating no pig feet. Only fish and fruits and vegetables so I can have my full voice. I'm as Cheryl Lynn would say, I'm getting ready to show you how to party right.
Okay, and we are so welcome. And folks who want to get your tickets, go to www.bluesalley.com for your tickets to see 2 shows, 8 p.m. If the 8 p.m. is sold out, you can see her at the 10 p.m. Blues Alley on August 13th, August 14th. Go to the website, get your tickets, and be there. If you don't, you've missed a living legend, honey, and shame on you, honey.
Shame on you. Shame on you. I know it's going to be such a fabulous time. So we will put the link in the description below so you can go ahead and click on it and go ahead and get your tickets for Melba Moore at Blues Alley, Saturday, August 13th and Sunday, August 14th. So get your tickets. Link
And
in the description.
Don't forget Imagine, my new album.
Oh, yes, definitely not. Definitely not. And how can they pick up Imagine?
Everywhere, all streaming and downloading outlets, wherever you can get music, you can get it. YouTube, of course, and go on my website and just check out what I'm doing. melbamore.com is a real simple.
There you go, melbamore.com.
Oh,
and we have melbamore.com in the description below as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I will see you soon, my beloved.
Oh, thank you both. God bless you.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Remember, get your tickets, everybody. And to keep up with what we're doing, you can always follow me at It's Krylios on all forms of social media. For all things Rayceen, you can go to rayceen.com. And for all things Team Rayceen Productions, you can follow us at Team Rayceen on social media and click around our YouTube channel and check out our other interviews, vlogs, forums, and more. And while you're at it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But most of all, thank you for watching.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you. Woo!